Are you reading anything good this weekend? Because I know I am. It is Friday, January 5th, 2018. It is extremely cold outside, and this is a very chilly edition of my Friday Reads. So, we're 5 days into 2018, and I kicked my new year off reading the opening sections of the Silmarillion, the Ainu Lindale and Valaquenta. And right after that, I dove into the first of a series of books I'm reading this month. If you saw my January TBR, you'll know that this is a theme month for me, and this month's theme is trilogies. So I am currently about 330-ish pages into the fifth season, book one of the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. This is a Hugo Award winner. Book two is also a Hugo Award winner. We're waiting. We'll find out later this year in the summer if book three wins another Hugo Award as well, which I think will be unprecedented for back-to-back-to-back. I don't know that that's ever happened before. I don't know if it's happened back-to-back for the same, like books in the same series either. I'll have to look that up. But so far, book one is outstanding. The world building is exceptional. There's about 3 different storylines going on right now, and they're all really interesting. And I just got to a big reveal that was just so well done about one of the characters. I was really impressed by how well N.K. Jemisin handled that reveal. Because as I've been reading up to this point in the book, there's been one thing that's been bugging me. Like what seems like a logistical miss on the writer's part. Because it's like been bugging me the whole time. This doesn't fit. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. And then, boom, it makes sense. And I just got to that point. If you've read the book, you probably can guess what I'm talking about. No spoilers here for anyone who hasn't. No spoilers for me because I still have the last 170 pages or so to go. But really, really, really good. I can see why this was a Hugo Award winner. And I'm probably going to go right into book two and then book three and just read this trilogy straight through before I get to my next trilogy, which is the Binti trilogy by Nnedi Okorafor. The third book in that doesn't come out until the 16th. So I was thinking about doing book one of Broken Earth, then book one of Binti, book two Broken Earth, book two of Binti. But since the third Binti book isn't coming out till the second half of the month, I'm just going to read the Broken Earth trilogy through. And I'm enjoying this so much. I don't really want to start another trilogy until this one is done. That's how good it is. So I'm going to be finishing up, hopefully, the fifth season sometime Saturday night. Because Sunday, like every Sunday, is my Harry Potter first time reread. I am in the middle of a 52-episode reread series, my very first time rereading Harry Potter. I'm in the middle of the Prisoner of Azkaban, which was my favorite of the 7 books from the original time I've read them. And I have about 4 chapters to read on Sunday. And I'll be recording my weekly vlog, and that'll be up Monday. Now, separate from that reading, a couple of one of the things I wanted to talk about here. I was given a book many, many years ago by a coworker. Completely forgot about it. It's been on my bookshelf at work all this time. And I was kind of moving some stuff around, and then it caught my eye out of the corner of my eye. And now it's been right at the corner of my eye for like the past 4 years. And I just kept forgetting to bring it home. And then I was like, oh yeah, that book is there. So I took it down off the shelf, and it is Far Horizons. It is all new tales from the greatest worlds of science fiction, edited by Robert Silverberg. And what this book was, Silverberg got together, and this was, I think, published in 1998. And he got with a whole bunch of authors and he asked them to write a short story, as he puts it here. What I have done in Far Horizons is to gather together most of today's foremost practitioners of the evolutionary science fiction series and ask them to write a short story or novelette that explores some aspect of their famous series that they did not find a way of dealing with in the books themselves. And this, of course, doesn't have everything from everybody at that time, but it's a select group of writers. And it has a story from Ursula K. Le Guin, from Joe Haldeman, from Orson Scott Card, from David Brin, from Robert Silverberg, obviously, and from Dan Simmons, Nancy Kress, Frederick Paul, Gregory Benford, Anne McCaffrey, and Greg Bear. And I had no idea, but apparently it's signed by all of those authors. So I didn't even realize that when this was given to me by a coworker. Again, like I said, about 5 years ago. So that is super cool. So at some point in 2018, I will be working through some of these stories. I started rereading some of Ursula K. Le Guin's Hainish novels. And I believe the Ursula K. Le Guin short story in here, yes, it is part of that world. And I am going to be reading this at some point because I plan on going back through. I have 2 more of the novels that I have to reread this year. And there are 3 other novels, as far as I know, in that series that I've never read either. So I need to do that. So that's a cool new addition to 2018 reading. I'll be fitting it in at some point. I know I'm going to be doing a science fiction month as one of my theme months at some point this year. So I'm still working that out. So some of the short stories in this will definitely be read in that month. Maybe I'll read the whole collection of short stories in that month. I don't know. We'll see. But I just kind of wanted to highlight that book. I finally remembered to bring it home, and I thought it was a pretty cool little thing. And I especially love that it's not just one-off short stories that these writers just threw something together. It's specifically short stories that take place in the kind of universes that they're most well known for on the science fiction side of things in their writing careers. So I like that. This way I get to explore a lot of these other series, even if it's just a little tidbit, that I've never read any of the books. And you never know which writer's going to grab me, which idea is going to grab me. And I may be starting to put together a whole bunch of science fiction series based on this book to read in 2019. Because 2018 is pretty full as far as I've got a lot of big reads this year. Finishing off a lot of big epic fantasy series. But we'll see. But I just wanted to highlight that book. So the rest of my reading today and tomorrow is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. Sunday, of course, is Harry Potter. And I am already 5 days in, having such a great reading time. For now, I am going to try to warm up because I just got back inside from picking up my laundry. It's about 5 degrees out. It feels apparently like -10 with the wind chill factor. And this is as warm as it's going to be for about the next 36 hours. So hence the hat's still on. Once I warm up, this will come off. Now I think it's time for more tea, and then I'm going to get back to reading. So I want to hear from you in the comments. What are you reading this weekend? What was that first thing you opened up to read in 2018? Are you finishing up that last read of 2017 still? Or did you have that book you've been waiting for 2018 to pop open? So I want to know. I'm super excited about this Broken Earth trilogy. It is. If the rest of the other 2 books are as good as this is going to be among the best sort of sci-fi-ish series I've ever read. It's that good already. Like 200 or 330 pages in to the whole story. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I am Charles, SirBookSage. Happy reading.